Hey Room Fighters, it's Wednesday and I just finished, actually I didn't just finish it, I finished it several days ago, but I always say that. So yeah, Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. I always feel like there should be something right after I say that, but there's not. So this is something right after I say that. Something! Magical lighting change! Yay! Anyway, Mockingjay, as I'm sure by now most of you know, since it seems like all of the book fighters who haven't already read Hunger Games have started it or have intended to start reading it. It's the third book in the Hunger Games trilogy. Being that it's the third book in a trilogy, there's not a whole lot that I can tell you about it because the Hunger Games is definitely one of those series of books that you do not want to be spoiled for. Now, if you are one of those who has already read the Hunger Games, or if you at least watched Dan's review of the Hunger Games, then you will know that the Hunger Games are freakishly amazing. So you will therefore be able to fully appreciate my meaning when I tell you that Mockingjay makes the Hunger Games and Catching Fire seem like Twilight and New Moon. This book is amazing. And the other two were really, really great. They were amazing too, but this one is just so much better. Those two had depth and meaning to them. This one has so much more, and yeah. It's amazing. So that's my review of the book. So now it is time for me to talk about the cover art. I absolutely love this cover art. This is probably one of my favorite book covers ever. To me, a good cover art should not only have good artwork and good design, which this does, but it should have depth and meaning to it. It should have symbolism and say something about the book and about the series that enriches your experience of reading the book. It shouldn't just be the thing that's on front of the book that you ignore and then go on and don't look at it again. It should tell you something about what you're going to read before you read it, and so you should be able to appreciate it then. And then when you close the book and you're done, and then you turn it back over and you see it again, it should be have so much more meaning for you after that. That's what this book cover is for me. The first book of the Hunger Games, called The Hunger Games, the book cover, the American book cover, has an image of a gold pin, of a gold bird, enclosed in a circle. It's all gold, it's all fake, the bird is not real. That image is repeated on Catching Fire, I believe. I don't actually have Catching Fire, I had to get the audiobook from the library. So I'm not as familiar with that cover. But on Mockingjay, the bird is now real, and you can see behind it, the circle is broken, the bird is free, and it is flying on its own. And that is not a spoiler, because I noticed that before I read the book. And then after you've read the book, come back, and you appreciate it even more. So yeah. Questions! I did not answer the mythology question last week because I had to have time to do my punishment, and I can't remember if I answered the superstitions question yet or not, so I'm just going to answer that now, and if I answered it before, then you'll hear the answer twice. It's very short. I don't have any superstitions. In his video, Dan said that if someone says to him something to the effect of, "Shouldn't walk under a ladder, it's bad luck," then he won't walk under the ladder because why risk it? That's not the exact example he used. I can't remember the exact example he used. But it's funnier this way, and you will see why. Because if someone says to me, "You shouldn't walk under a ladder, it's bad luck," I will then purposely walk under the ladder because I think they're being absolutely ridiculous. Also, this is why I wanted to use this example. I just like walking under ladders. It's fun. I know it's probably dangerous and stupid, but it's fun. Not in a superstitious way, dangerous and stupid, just it could fall on you. But I like walking under stuff. I mean, I'm short. There should be some advantage to that. Now on to Lauren's question about mythology. Mythology is something that I'm very interested in, but not something that I've done a lot of research on. Mostly because I end up researching lots of other random things. Like, for instance, in high school, I spent several weeks when I wasn't doing homework, or when I should have been doing homework, I was researching kilts. I don't know why, I just was. Yeah. So, anyway. Mythology, right. I'm probably more interested in Welsh mythology than I am and other Celtic mythologies, but mostly Welsh mythology than I am in classical mythology or Egyptian mythology or any of the more common ones that people study. I haven't read all of the Mabinogi. I want to. Or my big non. I can't remember how to pronounce that. I should know how to pronounce that, but I can't remember. Blah! I'm probably going to read that sometime for book fighters, hopefully, if I can get a copy of it, because I don't want to just read the entire thing, just an ebook. But yeah. So, my favorite myth is the story of Bran and Bronwyn, which is my favorite not only because I like the story, but also because that was sort of my introduction to Welsh mythology, from hearing a modified version of it, when I read A Swiftly Tilting Planet by Madeline L'Engle, which is one of my favorite books ever. Of course, I say that about so many books, but I have a lot of favorite books. Anyway, I don't really have a favorite god or goddess. Yeah. Oh, I should probably also point out, I have become quite fond of the myth of Cupid and Psyche since reading Till We Have Faces. Yeah. Anyway, so for my next book, as you may have noticed by now because I keep holding it up, is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. And Katie, I will see you tomorrow. I should probably clarify that the 3 weeks was not entirely researching kilts, it was also researching the weave of tartan fabric. I don't know how that's important, but to me it is. Yeah. I still can't buy anything that's at all plaid-ish without inspecting it to see how it's woven. Just to see if it's up to my satisfaction. I don't know, I'm so weird and strange and this video needs to end! I am so weirdly hyper today. I think it might be because I'm supposed to be starting classes tomorrow, but I'm not starting classes tomorrow because my class was postponed, and I don't know if I'm glad about that or upset about that. So, yeah, this is your result.